Hello friends, and welcome back to Gloomhaven. This is of course the Jaws of the Lion DLC that was recently released, and I'm starting a new campaign, and I'm very excited to dive into the mini campaign of the Jaws of the Lion, one that I haven't seen yet. I do have the board game, I've only cracked it open, but I haven't seen any of the scenarios. And I've only played with these four once. You can find that in a link in the description below. So, our plan for this mini-series, compared to Gloomhaven core box, anything really is a mini-series. We're going to be following the generals. This is the 4 DLC classes who are named after leaders or generals that took on the power and might of Rome. First up, the Red Guard is Vercingetorix, or Vercingetorix. I've heard it both ways, so I might say it both ways. But Vercingetorix was a prominent leader of the Gallic tribes and had helped keep Julius Caesar from expanding into the Gallic territories until the Battle of Alesia, where Vercingetorix finally fell and was captured by the Romans. In some of the well-known paintings of Vercingetorix, his helmet had these great wings that swept behind the helmet, and I felt that was probably a good name for the Red Guard. As for the Demolitionist, I've come up with the name Brennus. Brennus was one of the first, actually was the first to sack Rome, and this was during the Senones campaigns, where Rome had started to take over the Italian peninsula, and Brennus was one leader, a barbaric leader, that had pushed the Romans all the way back into Rome and sacked Rome. Finally, as the myth or the legend goes, he was paid 1,000 pounds of gold in order to leave Rome. As for the hatchet, I've gone with the name Hannibal. Of course, Hannibal Barca, not Hannibal Lecter, but Hannibal Barca, I think, is probably the most well-known of the 4 generals here, or leaders, as the leader against the Roman Empire during the Second Punic Wars. It was his father, Hamilcar, that took on Rome during the First Punic Wars. And Hannibal, being the leader that he was, brought African elephants all the way from Africa across the Gibraltar Strait, where the Pillars of Heracles stood, through then Iberia, now Spain, around the Pyrenees and over the Alps into Italy, where he could have decided to sack Rome, but didn't, but still laid waste to much of Italy. It wasn't until Fabius, known for the Fabian tactics, that had taken Hannibal down. And last but not least is Boudica, our one female general or leader, was one of the Iceni tribe that kept the Romans at bay as they tried to cross the English Channel into Great Britain, or what is now known as Great Britain. Boudica is depicted nowadays very much as riding on a chariot pulled by a couple horses, as chariots were used pretty heavily by the Britain tribes at the time. So I guess that's enough of the history lessons. I could go on for hours with this, but that's not why we are here. We are here to play Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. Now I've started a clean, fresh campaign with the 4 of them, so we don't have any higher level gear. Our reputation is 0. Gloomhaven's wealth is 1. And our goals, our personal goals, are never going to be achieved. I've made sure of that. A helping hand is experience 2 others achieving their personal quests. We won't be seeing that. We won't be seeing 4 enhancements. We won't be fighting the Skullbane axe, and we won't be donating 120 gold. I guess this one is probably an okay thing to go for, but I'm probably just not going to do it for Boudica. This is because we don't want them to retire. I want to play the entire campaign with these 4 classes and watch them grow over the 20 to 25 scenarios of the Jaws of the Lion mini campaign. I did spend all of their money on gear, so we'll go through that now. We'll get some of these tooltips. First off, Iron Helmet for Vercingetorix. We did go for the hide armor. It's going to add a couple -1s, but that's fine. He's not meant to hit hard. He's meant to get hit hard, but also control some of the movement and placement of the monsters or enemies. And finally, a minor healing potion for when his health will inevitably be decreased. Brennus, I went for Boots of Striding because in my first playthrough or first try at these 4 classes, I had a really hard time getting the Demolitionist into hexes where I wanted him to be for melee attacks. He is more heavy in the melee than in ranged, and I've built him as such. Boots of Striding is going to help him get that extra movement to get into the better positions, and then a minor stamina potion just to help him, hey, I used this high movement ability card, let's use it again. Or, you know, an attack that I'd like to use again, of course. Hannibal, I went straight for Eagle Eye Goggles because I felt like an advantage attack with him is going to be advantageous. So let's keep the Eagle Eye Goggles for Hannibal. As for Boudica, I went for Boots of Striding again and a minor stamina potion again. I didn't do this on purpose to give them both the same thing. I typically don't want to do that, but I felt like the Boots of Striding for Boudica for the Void Warden is going to be very helpful as well because of the cards that have gone with for her. So at least one good move before every long rest would be very helpful for her. I'm not going to go over the cards too much, except for the ones that I'm dropping and picking up. We'll be seeing the cards continuously over the campaigns, over the scenarios, so I don't really need to have a discussion on what I'm choosing and why I'm choosing it, but I'm dropping Shield Spikes. I'm not going to go for that Retaliate build with him, and although that heal could be helpful, I have some other healing abilities from the other 2 classes, Hannibal and the Hatchet and the Void Warden, that I don't really feel like I need another heal. Although this does bring in fire, we have other ways of doing that, of course. I am bringing in Precision Strike because moving and pulling is going to be a lot of fun, and then once per scenario, this Precision Strike attack is going to be very helpful. Very helpful, I assume. As for Brennus, I'm dropping implode because I didn't see this as being extremely helpful for him. Sure, this top ability is pretty helpful. An attack of 4 with muddle, I'll take it. But I don't have a whole lot of earth with him this time. I don't think anyway, but this was one that I didn't find very helpful. I'm also dropping the big one because sure, this looks like a nice major AoE attack, but I don't think burning this one, an attack of 3 against 3, 4, 5 to 7 enemies, is really going to be that great for a burn. Sure, it brings in fire and earth, but again, I just don't see this as an amazing attack. Although this I saw was kind of helpful. I think I used it once, but again, I chose rubble because this move and break through something with an attack, bringing in earth, this was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with rubble, the top ability here. Or being able to move and create some single hex obstacles in front of him, adjacent to the wall too, I think. Nope, just adjacent to you. Okay, so he just punches the wall and pulls something off and puts it next to him. This is a lot more fun. I had more fun with this than I did with implode. And lobbed charge, I really want to see this in action. Creating a trap at range sounds pretty cool. It also brings in fire. This bottom ability looks pretty strong as well. I don't know how many times I'll use it. Of course, just once per scenario is all I can do. But choose one adjacent enemy. If each hex of the movement brought you closer to that enemy, perform attack X with push 2, targeting that enemy where X is the number of hexes you moved. So as long as we're moving in somewhat a straight line, then we'll be able to hit harder with that, right? Okay. Hannibal. I dropped close cuts. I don't see Hannibal getting into position for a lot of melee attacks because I have Brennus and Vercingetorix for that. So just dropping that seems like a pretty logical thing. Also dropping Stopping Power. Now, this one isn't too bad. It's an attack of 3 at range 2, maybe 3, with a push. But we have enough push and pull between Vercingetorix and Brennus that I'm fine with dropping this one. A burning movement card. There's better ones out there, in my opinion. Now, of course, you take all of my opinions with a grain of salt. If you disagree with me, go right ahead. I don't mind that at all. There's many ways of playing Gloomhaven, or any game for that matter, and there's no difference in victories. A victory is still a victory. Care Package. This is one of those healings that I wanted to bring because I can make an attack and heal somebody, maybe Vercingetorix, maybe Brennus. Or move 3 and heal, also bringing in Earth, which is going to help Brennus out as well. An extra lift, so I'm dropping Stopping Power for extra lift, where I felt this one was going to be better. It's an attack of 2, maybe 3 at range 3, maybe 5. That seems more powerful than Stopping Power does. Now there's no push or anything like that, but that extra range is, in my opinion, going to be more helpful. And this bottom ability seems pretty cool too. A move 4, on your next 4 move abilities, add +2 move. So it's like those Boots of Striding, except that we're able to use 4 times at any time we move. So we can maybe be extremely mobile if we decide to use this. And this one also brings in air. Lastly, Boudica. Just dropped Grasp of Doom. This was one card that I had a hard time dropping. I had a hard time dropping any of these. This is the one I went with to drop 1, to bring in Cold Embrace. Because of this, If I can have ice, then I can move 3. All adjacent allies suffer 1, but then they all get blessed afterwards. I think that by itself is very strong, considering that we have a full mercenary party of 4. So bless, bless, bless. If it was just 2, then I probably wouldn't care too much about Cold Embrace for that bottom ability, because it would only be giving, 1 bless, whereas this one I could be giving 2 or potentially 3 if I plan it out right. Alright. Now in the future we'll just be starting off with the city encounters, but I figured I wanted to do some explanation and blabbering on before we jump into the city encounter and then into the campaign. You awake in the middle of the night to the sound of alarms ringing in the west. You recognize them as the warning clangs of an attack on the wall. Any force bold enough to assault the defenses of Gloomhaven can't be good. For a moment, you are grateful for the prolific number of guards defending the city, but still, there is always possibility that the guards may not be enough. I think we should go aid in the defense of the city. We are the generals. We are here to help Gloomhaven in all ways possible. We are not going to take advantage of the situation and steal some valuables. That is not us. You rush toward the west gate, eager to fight back the invaders. As you approach, you see a mass of vermlings climb over the wall. Wow. I mean, this is a perfect way to start the Jaws of the Lion campaign. This fits perfectly into the story. And attacking the guards with daggers and arrows, you yell and charge into the battle. It is a rough fight, but you emerge victorious, covered in fur and blood. The citizens of Gloomhaven remain safe, and the town is free to grow and prosper. 1 prosperity and 5 experience each. Perfect. Well, on to the roadside ambush. It looks as if we've pushed them away from the walls, the vermlings, out onto the road where we were then ambushed. A local blacksmith's wife wants information on where he could be. Okay, or that. The objective, kill all enemies in all rooms. We're looking at vermling raiders, which are new for the DLC. I haven't seen these before, but higher health, less movement, and a little bit more attack as compared to the vermling scouts, a 3 health, 3 movement, 1 attack, 7/2/2. I assume we might be seeing some ranged still from the raiders. I'm intrigued to seeing what they can do, particularly at higher levels. I'm wondering what kind of innate abilities they'll be bringing. So let's jump into the roadside ambush. Another encounter. You're walking along the stalls of the sinking market when a display of exotic fruit catches your eye. The proprietor walks you through a few of the offerings. Grain cherries, blood melon, even a hard nut that can be broken open to reveal sweet milk. Those all sound kind of nice. I don't know about grain cherries though. You start discussing which to purchase with your companions, and the shopkeep's attention turns to other interested patrons. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a young vermling, another vermling. You gotta be kidding. Reach up to swipe some red berries from the display basket. Yeah, we will alert the shopkeep. Shopkeep swats the vermling's hand away. Here, take this and get lost. And I don't want to see you around my stall for at least a week. Just a week. He tosses the vermling a squishy-looking gourd, and she rushes away. The shopkeep thanks you for a bit of coin for your perceptiveness. Oh, we're off to a pretty good start here, aren't we? Who was the most perceptive of all? Definitely not Vercingetorix. I'm kind of thinking Brennus. Let's give that extra one to Brennus. He's a little shorter. I think he was standing eye to eye with that vermling, and he probably saw the quickness of the vermling faster than the others.
A new day, and while nursing a hell of a hangover, you drag yourselves out of bed to meet a local blacksmith's wife, Sandy, who has managed to somehow scrape enough money together to hire you to find her husband. You're not sure where the money came from, but no matter the source, it couldn't have come easy. Soon afterwards, you prepare to head out of the city to the Still River to investigate. True, Sandy was a little light on the payment, but you are one of the most well-known mercenary groups in this backwater dump of a town. Surely it can't hurt to take a charity case every once in a while. Getting good jobs is about maintaining a reputation after all, which is why you really need to get to the bottom of this and not return to the widow with nothing but the calluses on your feet. Also, you probably shouldn't call her a widow to her face. At least not until the fate of the blacksmith has been confirmed. Given, however, that none of those who disappeared have returned, the outlook is grim.
Once again, that voice actor, I do not know who it is, but they are amazing.
Not long after you pass through one of Gloomhaven's many city gates, you notice movement up ahead and immediately draw your weapon. The sun has dipped low in the sky, reducing visibility, but you can clearly see some ramshackle wooden barricades blocking the road in front of you. And, sure enough, as you cautiously approach the scene, vermlings jump out from behind the obstructions, flashing crude swords and sharp sticks. You have to admit, you are quite tired from being up rather late in the inn yesterday, but still, these oversized rats certainly picked the wrong group of travelers to ambush today. This is your job after all, and you're always ready to show there's only one outcome for anyone who dares threaten you. Getting attacked by vermlings when all you wanted to do was stay in with a warm meal and a soft bed, well, it makes you mad. Mad enough to kill these mangy creatures before you collapse from exhaustion. Of course, the vermlings have other plans. They gibber about wanting your coin and the meat on your bones. Nasty things, really. Best to ignore their ranting and end this quickly.
Okay, so we have to pick a battle goal for everybody. Purist, use no items. Well, we don't want to do that, that's for sure. Suffered damage from an attack the same round you long rest. Insomniac. Yeah, that seems pretty possible. Protector. Allow none of your allies to become exhausted during the scenario. Recluse, never end your turn adjacent to any of your allies. Oh, that's an interesting one. That's a really interesting one. I don't think that one's going to be... I think Protector. We're down for Protector. For Hannibal, Sadist. Kill 5 or more monsters during the scenario. Prohibitionist, never use a potion. Well, guess what? We do not have a potion. So we'll take that one. And Boudica, Indigent. Loot no gold piles or chests, or Scrambler. Take only short rests. We'll go for Indigent. I just have to remember that. I'm really bad about that one. Really bad about it. Okay, enter the dungeon. Round 1. Here it is, folks. I'm very excited about this. There is the very first scenario of a new campaign of Gloomhaven. And there are these new raiders. These are the elites coming in with 12 health, 3 movement, 2 attack. Still not that much attack. But we'll see what kinds of attacks they come in with, their abilities. Interesting tiny little, I don't know, wooden spike with a pretty sharp looking knife there. We have a normal, 2 normals, Oh man, there's some way back in those bushes too. 2 normals and 1, 2, 3, 4 elites. And then 2 normal scouts. We've got a door right there. And then another large room behind that. Looks like some obstacles here that they're trying to block on the road. Yeah, look at that. Interesting. Okay. Well, if you're new to the channel, I'll explain really quickly. Basically, what I'll be doing for every scenario, every turn, is I go through, I choose all of the cards for the mercenaries off camera. I come back, explain my plan for the turn. Of course, Gloomhaven knows what my plan is going to be and foils it every time. And then we'll end the selection and see where the initiatives fall. So let's see where we can go in round 1. So we're going to be starting off with Boudica, the Void Warden. Signs of the Void at 15. We'll send up our ally Vercingetorix here, also giving him a shield, and then he gets to move 2. And Master Influence will use this to bless an ally and poison this one here. We'll also be using this to bring in ice. Ooh, then I don't want to do that, so Audible. We'll use Blinding Sickle instead. 16 now for Vercingetorix. We'll continue moving, and we'll pick up another shield. So now he's going to be somewhere around here, and we'll use Blinding Sickle to keep you from moving. Now, of course, that might mean that if they want to perform a ranged attack, then maybe I want to be standing next to it so that it will be at disadvantage. If it's going to perform a melee attack, then I'll move out over here, and depending on, initiative and where everybody's standing, that can all change the plan. This will bring in light. Then at 20 is Brennus. Knock out the support. A move 2, destroy the adjacent obstacle for a strengthen. So 1-2 will destroy that obstacle, and a 1-2 punch for an attack of 2, and then an attack of 1 with a push and a muddle. That's going to push it out here, and then it will be focusing on Vercingetorix instead of Brennus due to that punch. Maybe. We'll, of course, see where all that's going to be. And then last but not least is our Hatchet, Hannibal Barca. A power pitch, move 3, bringing in air, and the favorite, let's bring it in. Bring it in immediately so that we can use this favorite over and over again as early as possible. Now to compare what they're going to be doing. Okay, wounding. Interesting, and it's going to be at range too. That's unfortunate. I did not want to be seeing ranged attacks. The Vermling Scouts back here are going to poison, but they're not going to move, so we don't have to worry about them. They're going to move 2, an attack of 2 at range 3, and then they're going to move just 1. So let's see where they're going to be before we send everybody up here. We have a 1-2. This is going to be at range no matter what. This one's 1-2, and then 1-2-3. We do have they would have line of sight at that rock. Or I guess this is where Brennus is going to be standing. So we definitely want to move all the way up with Vercingetorix, so that he's going to be taking the brunt of all of this. He's going to have a couple shield though, so that's going to be good. It's going to be good. Okay. Now, should we bless? I think we'll be blessing. Most of the time we'll be blessing Brennus. I think that's a good choice, but we'll send you up, buddy. Go on up there. This is probably going to be an opener for a lot of scenarios. Then we're going to bless you. And then poison you. So that's going to strengthen Brennus's attack against him quite a bit. So instead of a, 2 and 1, it's going to be 3 and 2. And if we can pull that times 2 at any one of those, that's going to probably kill it. We'll see though. We won't use the major stamina potion. My typical way of going about stamina potions, just as a quick sidebar here, is the number of cards that I have in my hand. If I have an odd number of cards and the stamina potion, the minor stamina potion in my in the ready slot here, then I'll typically use it then. If I have an even, then I don't really feel like using the stamina potion is going to be beneficial. Maybe that changes if I want or need this one specific card to do something very specific, then I might use it out of turn or whatever. But basically, that's the rule that I've given myself for the stamina potions. All right, end your turn. Yes. So we do want to keep moving up. You're going to move around. So maybe I don't want to move too far, right? Because let's think about this. If I move up to you and then attack, because right now I can't reach you. So, and I don't want to be standing adjacent to you for that muddle, or for that disadvantage. But if I don't have to get too close, then maybe I'll skip an attack from you. Because you're going to either move here or here after this one moves away. And then it's an attack at range 3, so 1, 2, 3. So maybe I just move up one more. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's just move up one more. And we'll skip the rest. We'll confirm that. 2 shield is going to block a lot of incoming damage. It's just an attack of 2, so we don't have to worry too much. Unfortunately, this immobilize isn't as helpful because I don't want to be standing adjacent, but it's going to be fine. We'll still lay an attack against it. That's a good idea. And we're bringing in light, of course. Yeah. I'm going to be expecting the worst from the red guard, I think. Okay, end your turn. Brennus, it's your turn. Move up. Get adjacent to this so that we can punch it. And for some reason, that's going to strengthen him. I'm kind of picturing him like after he breaks that obstacle, he's pounding his chest to prove how strong he really is. Then we'll lay some attacks into this. Good, that's a good start. Fantastic. And we will have strengthen for his coming turn as well, which is going to be even better. We'll have to pick up some loot too. I think we'll kind of skip out on this for now, but 2, 4, 6, 7. So he has an odd number of cards. Once we use a card that maybe we want to get back, we'll wait until then. But I'm cool with not using any of these. A second time, that is. All right. I think what I'll do is just go pick that up with Hannibal, and we'll get the favorite ready. I'm just gonna scream at Vercingetorix. that readies the hatchet. There we go. Off to a good start. We've taken one out. We've got a whole bunch of shield up and ready for the incoming attacks. There we go. It's just a wound. We'll be able to do something with that. Great. Round 2. We're going to start off with Hannibal at 21 extra lift for that attack of 3 at range 5. And care package to move a tad, but to also heal off that wound. And I don't think it's really that necessary. But I was also thinking about bringing in earth. I'm not using earth. But I'm okay with what I've got going so far. I think it's good to just keep the damage off. Yes. And then at 22, quickly following behind, is Brennus, Crushing Weight. We have an attack of 5 against this one here because he's adjacent to a wall. But we have to get up there first, so Explode, a move 4. Now I could use something else and then use the boots instead. But I think I'm cool with Explode. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I'll just move up a little bit more. I kind of want everybody to be around here. And we'll decide on what that means for now. But then at 38, Twirling Stabs for Vercingetorix. It's going to be an attack of 3, target all adjacent enemies, but let's make sure that we're standing next to one and then pulling another close by so that we can make an attack against at least 2. You know, if depending on the initiative, maybe we'll be seeing more. Of course, let's wait and see. Then late 89, Gift of the Void to poison something, an enemy, and then have one of our allies attack said enemy for 3, make it 4 because it's going to be poisoned. But first we'll move up and everyone will take a damage and then they'll be blessed for, and then they'll be blessed. So I want to, I'd like to, okay, these aren't too bad. It's an attack of 2, 2, and 1. They are all going to go at 50. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to wait for them to come to me. That's okay though. Alright. Well, who do we want to make attack against? We could probably take this one out with between you and Brennus, though I'm not entirely sure if that's all that necessary. And another thing I was kind of thinking here is I want to spread out some of the damage. I don't want all of the damage to be on Vercingetorix every single turn, all of the time. I'd like for him to tank, of course, but when we have shield, you know, I'll put him in that position for that. So instead, what we'll do is move up a little bit to here so that we can take a hit from a hit or 2, I guess. You'll go 1, 2, 3, but you'll go here first, won't you? You're number 6. Again, these numbers up here show what their group initiative is. So this one's number 6, this one's number 2. So this one will go 1, 2, 3 first, and then this one will swipe around there. So maybe we want to deal a little bit more focus on this. Let's see here. Let's just move up the 1 then. We'll skip the rest and we'll heal that off. And then we'll use this consuming air with Eagle Eye Goggles, I think is good because we're also going to throw our favorite out. Do we want to... 1, 2. Yeah, we're not going to really see any attacks from these out here. Maybe you. But let's make the attack against you. We'll throw the favorite in that too. This is an attack of 6 now. Bummer. But it connected. That's all that matters. Before anybody asks, maybe somebody will ask. Difficulty is on normal. And house rules I cannot look at the moment, so I will we'll get back to that later. But it's all of the recommended. I just stuck with recommended because I figured that's what most people are going to be sticking with. I don't have any preferences this time or sharing those preferences. It's just going to be the recommended house rules. Okay, end the hatchet's turn. Now let's move up. I think I just want to kind of end around here, if that's the case. Yeah. We are still strengthened for this. We'll stop there. We'll make this attack. It's an attack of 5. Maybe we can get lucky. Pull some times 2 out of that. There it is, folks. We're off to the races this time. Good work, Brennus. Now, bringing this back, you know, bringing crushing weight back might be a really good idea. Also, something to smash obstacles, because it looks like they're going to be standing adjacent to probably this obstacle. Quite a bit of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which ones? Okay, well, we don't have any of them. I do have rubble, though. A jump 2. So I could jump into here and then make an attack. And I think I'll do something like that. So let's not use this yet. And now, what for you? 1, 2... 1, 2, 3. I could pull you. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make too many attacks here with all of this now. Because if I stand here, I'm not going to be able to pull you around. I could move over here to pull this one. I kind of like the idea of moving in, though. I just don't have anyone to pull. I'd pull you, but it would just be pulling to here. Yeah, I don't know what to think here. Let's just move. How far do we need to go with her? 1, 2, 3. So let's just go here so I don't have to use the boots with her. We'll skip the rest of that movement. I can't pull you around that. I can only pull you, so I'll do that to here. And we're just going to be making an attack of 3. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, end the turn. Let's see what they're going to do to us. Nice. Good pull. Thank you. Yeah, now they're getting all clumped up in there, which is great. Very, very great. Alright, look at that. Everybody's standing next to each other. Thank you. Now everyone takes some damage. It'll be worth it, though. It'll be worth it. And now, bless. And now, let's see here. I think poisoning you, and then we can have you deal that hit. So let's do that. This will bring in darkness for next round. Got some good ideas with that. And then you can make that attack. Super. That does mean you take a couple damage, but as I said, you know, we've got a potion for him. I think he'll be able to use that. All right, round 3. We'll start off with Vercingetorix. Shocking advance. Let's move. Bring in some light and desert night. We will disarm this one. I think this one's going to be the most nuisance. We'll also be bringing in frost or ice and darkness and disarming it. Then at 24 is Hannibal, center mass for an attack of 3 on you. And then retrieval, because I'm so positive it's going to work. We can move up and loot that. We do need you to move out of the way for this to work, so just keep that in mind, Vercingetorix. Then at 42, Piston Punch. This stun and poison. But before we do that, let's use Rubble to jump into here, and then we'll have an attack of 4 because we're destroying an obstacle. Bringing in Earth again, and Piston Punch after that for stunning somebody. Maybe you. Not sure yet. Then 58. Freeze the soul. We'll be able to stun someone and then ignore the curse because we're going to be using darkness to do that. And Lure of the Void, we can disarm somebody for the next turn, maybe? I don't know if 58 is going to be fast enough or slow enough. But 1, 2, 3... We'll see where the initiatives fall with this stun, and then the disarm, maybe... Yeah, again, maybe. Let's see what... Okay. Good. They've fallen right in between us. So I can disarm, and then disarm again. Something like that. The attacks aren't too bad. That's a good thing. Let's still do this, though. We'll disarm you. Good work. And we'll move... Let's see here. You're going to attack 0 at range... You're going to attack 0 at range 4, targeting 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's going to be you 2. I'm not going to move. I kind of want to just get out of the way completely, but there's gold sitting right there, so I might as well pick that up. Sure. That brings in light. Let's use this. We might as well. Now it's your turn. Please. Yes. Ultra dead. Now we can just move up and we can pick up our favorite axe and a little bit of loot. I like this card a lot. Retrieval is really great. I think I used this once, but I really like the move 1 and loot because then we can kill someone, move up, and just pick everything up that we want. Okay. Oh, look at that. We've got some armor. I totally forgot we had that. We're getting to use it. That's good. Oh, we've only been taking damage from her. I was wondering how I took any damage at all, but that totally makes sense now. Alright. So we will make this jump here. That's interesting, but I don't... Yeah, there's no reason to jump anywhere else. I think this is a really good place for you. Smash. I think since you're poisoned, we will make that attack. Good hit. And we will use this and this to stun you. Well done. Well done. Now, do we want to use our stamina potion? We only have explosive blitz. Man, I need to remember wind up. This one is a really good card, but I've been using a lot of it. I've been using a lot of just attacking. It might be pretty helpful to use like right before a long rest. I could just, get this ready for after the long rest, and I think I'll probably be doing it like that. But in this case we have we can throw a trap out, or not that probably, and this one is really good. When we can open a door and use that, it is amazing. So what do we want to use? We could do rubble again to land right here. And we can break that and make an attack. I think I like that idea. So let's use it. We'll bring rubble right back. End Brennus's turn. Okay. Now... Well, this is unfortunate, and I think I'll be doing this a lot. I will be doing this quite a bit. Everybody is too far to use all of this. So what I might do... Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just use this for the movement, which is a bit unfortunate. And then I'm going to use this disarm instead, and I'll still use the disarm here, and I'll use him... I can kind of move him back here, or maybe I do that first, push him over this way. Let's do it that way. So let's disarm you. We'll use the darkness to move you over here. That way we're saving you still. What a card, huh? I mean, I could do this, but I might as well just use the movement instead, right? So we'll do that. Move up to here. Or maybe I'll do this instead. Yeah, let's swing out this way so that I'm not in the cluster. I can move around if I need to. Now, is there anything here that says, like, an adjacent or an ally within 3? No. An ally within 2, okay. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go out this way. Since we have some ranged abilities for our allies, we can be a little bit further away. Now, do I want to use that? I think I do, but I don't know if I want to use it for anything that I have at the moment. I could do this, but they're already... but you're not poison. Okay, I like that. Let's grab that back. Master Influence, we can throw another blessing out, bring ice back, and grab a poison too. They're weak attempts. I spoke too soon. Nice. Well, that worked out pretty well. Round 4. Now I can do this as I get lower in cards in our hand. I tend to do it more on the fly, just because I don't really need to pause to choose 2 cards if everybody just has 2 cards or long rest or things like that. But out of 4 cards, we can sort of do something like that. I would have liked to get fire out for this, but I haven't been able to do that yet. So maybe let's get fire ready by doing something like that. Flaming sickle, and I'll use this to go really early. Yeah, something like that. I'll probably just like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then flaming sickle to maybe pull somebody over here. We can get ready that way. It probably will be overkill, but we can figure that out as we go. As for you, let's use second wind because we'll probably kill something. And I think we'll go disorienting barrage, and we can throw the favorite on you, and then we can really run up. Now, do we have any way of... Not really, but this is just a move 2. This is a move 3. So even if it doesn't kill it, we can at least get some movement. As for you, we'll go with Rubble again. And Explosive Blitz. You know what? Let's use Wind Up. Rubble. We'll do this and then Wind Up for a big move. I'm not really going to be doing a big move, but maybe we can do something like this. I mean, that could be really great, couldn't it? Let's do it. Let's figure something out with that. And as for Boudica, we'll go Wicked Scratch. Somebody within range 2 can perform an attack of 3, and Master Influence. Let's get another poison, this time on you. Yep, and another bless out there. We'll bring in ice and darkness as well. Unfortunately, I'm seeing that most of her... well, not most of them, but there's a lot of these burn cards that are using elements. So I don't want to be... I need to be thinking about, as she's leveling up, finding non-burn cards that are also using it. Now, I do have some here, of course. We have this one. Another darkness there. using them here and here. These don't burn, so maybe it's not as bad as I thought, but yeah. Anyway, I would like to get more ice abilities at least. Alright, I think we're good here. Yes. Okay, they are going to perform an attack and then also create traps. They're not going to move, so I don't want to be anywhere near them, because I don't want that attack 3 with poison. They're going pretty early, which isn't really that bad, but you are disarmed. Oh, and you're stunned, so we'll only see 2 traps unless we are able to kill one, or yeah, we'll see about that. Let's maybe let's do something like this. Let's just do something like this, and then I'll make an attack in the center here. I won't be doing a pull, but at least I am bringing in fire with this for the next turn. There we go. And maybe we'll be pulling something good with Hannibal back there. We'll skip the pull because there is nowhere to pull it. Okay, we'll use this, and we'll go against you, you, and you, so they'll at least be muddled. And I want to use the favorite. I want to use the favorite against you, wouldn't I? There, so 1 down. So close, but you're stunned anyway, it doesn't matter. So the muddles really aren't going to be that effective, are they? Now, this is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. So I'm going to have to figure out a way. Maybe I come back here and we'll just have to find a way to pick it up after. Yeah, so let's move back here. We can just move 2 to pick it up if that's the case. Okay, and his turn. Great. Now, rubble into here. Beautiful. And we'll make the attack against you. And it went awry. Of course it did. So what I'm going to do here is not double. We're just going to take this and back up a little bit. I think that's the better choice. Yeah. There. That's fine. I don't know if I want to use Boots of Striding here. I don't think so. We'll use that in the case of emergency, but basically in the next round. Void Warden's turn. Nobody's standing next to anybody. Okay. Well, we can still bless you. And we'll poison you. And now I can't use this for anyone. I probably should have backed up to here so that I could have somebody to make that attack. But even then, you're not in range. Alright. Unfortunate. I do that quite a bit. I forget about the ranges. We've got Shield of the Desert, Healing Sands. We'll figure out what to do with those. We have Follow Through and Double Throw for Hannibal. Explosive Blitz and Lobbed Charge for Brennus. And then we have a choice with you. We don't have Darkness, which is unfortunate. But maybe we use this move and somebody else can move. And let's get this going so that we can heal a couple people. Let's do it like that. Okay. So not bad, and then they're going to try and heal. Okay. Well, they're going to try and heal. Let's go back here and we'll make the attack right there against these two. Or should I move up to here? I feel like this would be more beneficial, wouldn't it? Yeah, so let's do it that way. I mean, this would probably kill all of them, wouldn't it? Alright, I've tucked myself into this. We'll go back here. Let's get closer to the door. And anybody that attacks him will be disadvantaged. Which would be these two, but I'm hoping that I'm able to take them both out now. Close? I don't know. We've taken one of them out. That's good. Let's see here. They're both going to heal the poison off, which isn't really that bad. But let's try and, I guess we'll hit you first. Yeah, let's hit you before that poison goes away. Alright. We did bring in fire with that, that's good. And we'll just move over to here to grab some more loot. Cool. And now, I'd like to use this, but I don't think it's really that necessary, is it? Let's maybe, how should we do this? Maybe let's go pick up... Oh, I can't. That's right. I was thinking I could move over here, pick it up, but I can't. I have to make an attack first. What are you going to do? You're going to move and heal. So let's maybe take care of you. Alright. We'll move and pick up my favorite. And some loot, of course. Now I get to move two. I'm going to try and stay away. I think that's the better thing here. We'll have you move two as well. You've already picked up the loot. We'll put you back into here. And heal, it's just going to be you. Yeah. But everybody else seems okay. Round 6, we've got long rest. These two, suggestion and turn out the lights. Long rest here, and long rest there. So we shouldn't see that big of a problem here. Yeah, okay, it's an attack of 0. They're gonna do another one of those, but it's not gonna be that bad. Alright, 1 damage. We'll be able to heal that right back. Well, we can use this against you right now. There we go. And we'll move up to pick up some loot. Skip your turn. And now we're just going to go through the motions of healing and choosing cards. And I'm going to do that since we have 3. If I just had the 1, you know, it would be pretty easy to just say, hey, this is the one I'm going to choose. But looking at 3 cards to choose out of 3 different hands is going to take some time. So I'll go through those. I'll discuss which ones I've dropped, and we'll start the next round immediately. Round 7. We'll first start off at 19 with Brennus, Explosive Blitzed. We will jump into that door, open it up, probably using Boots of Striding so that I can get into a really good position to stun all enemies within range 3. This is a pretty big room, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I can get right to here, then 1, 2, 3. This is a very large swath of the room, and I would love to be stunning as many enemies as I possibly can. Then we'll bring in Wind Up to get ready for the next round. I think Explosive Blitz into Wind Up sounds like a really fun combination. I did drop Crushing Weight, the one that you have to be adjacent to a wall, or the target has to be adjacent to a wall in order for it to be powered up or they suffer damage. Because it's a very large room, I'm probably not going to be seeing many opportunities to use Crushing Weight, particularly if I'm jumping into the middle here. If I was, staying close to the wall, then maybe that would be worth it. But I think this is much better in smaller rooms. So I dropped this so I can give more opportunities for some of these other burning cards that I'd like to see happen in the future scenarios. So I want to give a test to some of those. I know how this works, and again, it's a big room, so let's try some other things up. Then 40. I'm hoping that maybe you don't get to go early. I don't know. Maybe you go after 40. We'll see what happens, but my plan is that Vercingetorix will move to and pull it into the trap, but before that we'll use Blinding Sickle to make an attack and immobilize it. It'll stay adjacent to Vercingetorix, but in this way we're bringing in light so that I can use the top ability of this for the next round. I want to be using more shield, and I think this will be a good one in combination with Things to Come. Okay, then at 60, Power Pitch. Oh, right. I dropped Flaming Sickle because I have plenty of ways of bringing in fire, and also, well, I needed to burn a card. Flaming Sickle was my choice this time around. 60. Power Pitch, a move of 3, bringing in air, and I'm hoping that I can use Center Mass. It'd be an attack of 3, with the favorite would be an attack of 6 at range 3. We'll see about that. Which is basically this, right? Except this one burns, so we'll use this one later. And then a long rest for Boudica. Okay, so going at 77, I will be able to do what I want to do with you. But let's see about you first. We'll use this with the Boots of Striding. This is only move of 1, 2, so I have 3 more after this. Okay. Oh boy. Well, this is going to work out really well, isn't it? Let's see what they're going to do before I choose which hex is going to be best for us. Well, we know that they're going to... So the scouts are going to move and attack, but it's just going to be a movement of 2. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 normals here, and an elite there. And then we have an elite raider. Or sorry, normal raider, 2 elite raiders back there, and 2 elite scouts, and an elite raider back in here too. You're gonna go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So I don't have to worry about you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I don't have to worry about you. You guys are gonna go 1, 2. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So if I stand here, we'll be getting that attack. So maybe I stand over here. That looks like the best place for you. Everyone in range 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's the 4 of you, and then you 2. And then we'll wind up for the next couple hits. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So even moving up here is going to take damage. Back here we won't. Good. confirm. Oh, that's good stuff. Good stuff. And then we will wind up. And again, I talked about this before, but the fact that this isn't a burn is really, really good. I'm hoping that the Demolitionist has more cards like this in the levels to come, because I would love to be playing with more abilities like this. Even if this was just on your next attack, add +2 or +3 or something like that, that's great. That's great. So I can use this, and then in the future use it again, or use it still, and it's not burning, so that I can use it again in a future round as well. But we've just burned quite a bit of enemies right there, which is great. Yeah. They're not big attacks, but that's totally worth it. Okay. Well, let's use this here. I think I do need to continue with this one, unfortunately, but we'll just make our way in here early next round. Good hit. It's not enough. Not enough. So move into here. Skip the movement, and then we'll pull you right into your own trap. You just need one more damage here. Now, I don't think using that there is necessary, but it looks like I'll be able to make an attack against one of them. Maybe I just do that. If I was to move here, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, maybe it is better to make an attack against a much larger enemy. But I don't want to go too deep into this without you going in here first. I'd rather this first. So I think what I'll do is just make an attack against one of them. Can I actually see you? I don't think I can. No, I can't. I can see you though. So maybe I make this attack, and then that's the doorway. 1, 2, 3. I can just go pick up after. So let's. Yeah, I'll make this attack. Let's use the... do I really need to use the favorite? Because then I'd have to go pick it up. My fear is that if I pull a -1 or a -2, then it's not going to work. Let's use it. It is the favorite after all. Oops. Okay. Well, we pulled the +1. We're going to go pick it up anyway, so we can use it when we can. Good stuff. Yeah, so we are taking one hit and we are wounded for this. Oh, okay. Ouch. Okay. Could be worse. Wood Warden's turn. We are going to take a long rest back here. This is the hard part, man. That seems like a good one to keep. I want to continue using this bottom. I haven't used the top, I don't think. But it looks like something that I'd like to keep in mind. And I think I'm gonna drop Freeze the Soul. I have a hard time dropping a card for the Void Warden. I really like her abilities. And I do not know what else to drop here. So this one doesn't have much for mobility. I'm not going to be going into melee range for an attack. So this is kind of why I dropped this. I think it's good. It's good for the first, before the first long rest. But afterwards, I have a hard time wanting to use it again. So, yeah, burn that. We want to be a little bit more mobile. Once we get into the middle of this room with her, she's going to be doing some really fun things. Okay, round 8. So Boudica will be starting us off at 15. Signs of the Void. Shield up our friend here, Vercingetorix, and then move him a little bit. And Wicked Scratch to loot. And Strengthen. We'll strengthen him up for his turn, which is following straight after 16. Shocking Advance. Whoops, Swift Strength for move 2 and shield. And Shocking Advance for an attack of 3, immobilize, and then shield again. So he's going to have 3 shield for this round. I hope they're all attacking so we can put that to use. Then at 20, going really early over here, as early as I could, we're going to see knock out the support. Move, destroy an obstacle. I don't like that anymore, but I do like the initiative. And explode, we're going to destroy this. Destroy 1 adjacent obstacle. If you do, gain 2 and perform stun. Target all enemies adjacent to the destroyed obstacle. Each target also suffers 2 damage. We'll hit this to stun you guys. Yes. Okay. And I'll be using this just to get over here, I guess. 28 might be fast enough, but then what do I use to get over there? Yeah, I have too many other cards that I'd like to use later, so we'll go early anyway. And then 30, Care Package. We'll move and heal, get rid of that wound. And Disorienting Barrage we can use to muddle anybody that isn't either killed, controlled with stun, or already attacking Vercingetorix. We'll see. Again, let's see what the... Okay, so we're going first. We got some disarms. Interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. These aren't too scary. Really interesting. So that means you are going to be disarming her because we're not going to be doing anything about that. Let's do this first. Really interesting. Yeah, because he's going to be moving away right now. And I think that's okay. For her to be disarmed is fine because she's not really going to be attacking very frequently. We have workarounds for her attacks, or for her abilities. Alright, that's the end. Take a wound. And I want to go in as far as I can, right to there, I guess. Keep shielding up. And then we'll make this attack here. We'll use light to shield up afterwards. There we go. One more down. So he's not going to be seeing any damage this round. Yeah, even if they pull a +2, that nothing's going to be happening. So he needs to be the focus. And I think it's going to be that. Let's just use the normal. Yep, move up into here. And then we're going to destroy this. There we go. So we don't have to worry about any attacks from them. You will be attacking over here. Yeah, so everything except for you at this time. Well, you'll be attacking both of them. But we don't have to worry too much about those. As long as everybody is attacking him and not the little guy over there, then we're in good shape. So let's move. We don't have to move too far, honestly, but let's Let's do something like that. I mean, how far can that go? 1, 2, 3. So I can make an attack here, here. You know what might be a good thing is to back up to here and then make the attacks against them. Maybe killing you, but that doesn't heal you though. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Oh, I have to be adjacent to you even. Okay, well let's move up to you then. Or let's do this first, maybe? Now let's move. Audible, 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 audible. Over to here. We'll skip the movement, get you healed up a tad. Also bringing in Earth. And we'll use this here. I wonder if it's really worth using the Eagle Eye Goggles in this situation. I don't think so. I don't think so. We're basically just trying to deal some damage here. I use the hatchet against you. And maybe that's a good choice there. And we'll make an attack against you. The favorite will be right there. And we're still dead anyway. I didn't need much with you anyway. You're already controlled. Okay, a couple damage. You're disarmed, but again, that doesn't really matter all that much. And nobody else is disarmed in... Oh, no, okay. There's the disarm. Of course you pull a plus against him. Thank you. Round 9. We are getting swarmed, but we're in pretty good shape here. Pretty good shape. We're going to start off with Vercingetorix at 6. Flame Shroud for the initiative. And Healing Hands to heal off that wound, but also heal 4. It'll be just 3 after the wound, but let's get some healing going. Then at 21 is Hannibal, extra lift for just a move 2 and the initiative. And then double throw, I'm going to use this to just start dealing some pretty big damage. I'm not going to have the favorite with me in order to use that. But I think an attack of 3 twice will do, yeah, 3 at range 4 even. I'll be able to move back to about here and then make some attacks against maybe you and you. Some of these lighter enemies here. Then at 23 is the Void Warden Boudica back here, who is disarmed, but she's going to suggest to this elite here to go 1, 2, 3 and make an attack against that scout. And if it connects, then both of them are probably dead. It says the targeting an enemy of your choice adjacent to them with you controlling them. Oh, okay, that's not the one I was thinking of. Yeah, okay, this is the one I was thinking of. But I can't use it. So it's going to move into here and make an attack, and then I'm going to use Master Influence to just move a little bit. I might bless myself instead so I can get some ice. I'm not sure yet, but I do need to get some mobility moving. Then 55. I'm a little bit worried about this, so I'll have to see what the initiatives are. But Rubble and then 1, 2 punch. We can jump in and 1, 2 punch to make another attack. This will be an attack of 6 and then an attack of 3 because we have wind up ready for us, and then we can loot. So he's just going to jump into here and then start making attacks. We'll see, again, we'll see what's going on, but okay, they're just looting and this isn't too bad. Okay. And they're going later. Oh, they're not going late enough, though. Okay, that's unfortunate. So let's just heal up here. And we'll pick up this loot so that they're not going to be able to take it. That's going to be good. Now the hatchet's turn. Since you're just going to jump and loot and not do anything, I think what I want is you two to focus on him instead of Brennus. So, but I really want to go back here to pick up his favorite. I mean, no matter what I do, I guess if I just stood here, that might be what I do. Let's make these two attacks first with Eagle Eye Goggles against... Yeah, I'm not too worried about these attacks back here. Honestly, it's not going to do too much, though. But I think it's better to focus on trying to get rid of these enemies quickly, right? So let's do it this way. Hey, that's a wonderful start. And I think in this case I'm going to use this extra lift bottom ability and burn that too. Because we don't really have all that much left to do. There's no... I'm realizing now there's no chest. There's some loot piles around, but there's no chest. And if I don't move too far, maybe if I just go here, then this one will go... What number is it? It's number 6, and you're number 1. So you're going to go there, and then you're going to go here, and you'll be attacking him. So let's just move into here. Yeah, let's not burn another card yet. We can back up and pick this up next round. With retrieval, I think is what it's called. Man, I don't really even like the idea of this anymore. You can't see here, can you? No. And that's too far. Well. Yeah, let's still do it. Yes, I'm disarmed, but he's not. So it should be okay. Good. Good work, little one. And I think we'll just use this for the bless. We have nobody to poison, but we do bring in ice, which is going to be helpful. Oh, that punk. Yeah, we're in trouble now. Okay, good. I'll take that, I guess. We'll do that. Oh, you're already done. Okay. And we took a beating this round, but I think we're fine. I think we're okay still. So we'll take this opportunity to jump into here. You're gonna be in trouble, but I need to be pretty aggressive with them, I think. Yeah. Oh, okay, good. That still works. We'll make this attack. Hey, that's not bad, and then we get to loot those piles. Okay. Okay. Demolitionist. You're starting to grow on me a little bit. It's round 10. And I don't have much choice here. I could take a short rest, but I don't think I want to do that. We're just going to go at 42 and be okay with it. I don't like that idea, but it's, I mean, it's necessary. Over with you, follow through and retrieval. So we'll just back up to here and follow through. We'll make an attack of 5. We won't be able to use the bottom ability, but it'll be an attack of 5. Back up, pick that up first, right? Attack of 5 at range 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we'll focus on you. But 39 again, that's not fast enough. Let's go as early as we can here. I almost want to burn this just to make sure. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's good. We'll burn this because that's a lot of attacks, probably all going to focus on him. And then we'll use twirling stabs to make an attack of 2 on everybody. And then over here, I'd like to get Black Boon to heal you. But 43, man, this is really slow. I'm going to need to move too. Move 3. 1, 2, 3, and then a range of 3. So that will be able to heal you, but it might be too late. It might be too late. So we'll have to see here. Oof, we got lucky. It might not be a good thing, but we did get lucky. The fact that we're able to go first is pretty helpful here. So we will do this so that we don't take any damage again. Well, we'll take minimal damage at least. Let's see about killing some things. Oh, wow. That was the absolute worst. You're kidding. I did kill 1, I guess, but -1, -1, -1, and a null. You jerk. Okay. Well, as I said, let's back up here first. We'll pick this up. Confirm. They're all going to be attacking him, so I'm just going to let that go. Let's make this attack with my favorite. Maybe we can take someone else out. Another -1, but it didn't matter this time. Okay. Wow. Well, this is nice because now I am able to go. Maybe I stun you? Or what? I guess that's my best opportunity, isn't it? Yeah, so I will also poison you. Well, stun you so I don't get any damage from you. That's really nice. And then I'll just, since we already have fire out, I'll just make this attack. That's not too terrible. Okay. Now, what's my best option here? I don't want to move in and deal damage to you, do I? Maybe I do want to do that with you, though. I could move in instead with something like this. Go 1, 2, and then have you back up or something, or maybe start... I can't walk around, but... And then I can throw some curses out. That could be pretty helpful. How many... We're about to take an attack of 3. A push and then an attack, and then another attack of 3. I think the heal is the better choice here. But what I'm gonna do is I'll go over here. I could use this to go right to here and then kill you. Yeah, we won't do that. Let's go here. I'll still hurt Hannibal and give him a blessing in the mix. And I think, honestly, at this time, we should do this instead. He's okay. He's okay for now. Let's heal you up. That does increase your incoming damage, but you now have a lot more health. There we go. Perfect. If I pull all those -1s, I hope you do too. Round 11, we might take a long rest here. I think I'm going to take a look at what we've got available before making my choice. I ended up taking a couple short rests. I felt like that was kind of necessary at this time. In particular for Brennus and for, I believe I did it for you too. Yeah, I think I lost Blinding Sickle. I think that's what I just lost here. And then I lost 1-2 Punch for Brennus. And I'll be taking a long rest because since we're all going early enough, he's not going to take any focus. We're not going to kill everything this round, so I'll just take a long rest. He can heal up a little bit, and then we can figure out how we can kind of move around, try and pick up as much loot as we can as we're taking out the last couple of enemies here. So at 20, knock out the support. We'll use it for the top ability here for an attack of 3. With that is 4. And if I fail, I can at least stun. Otherwise, we'll figure out something else to do with him. Then 38, Twirling Stabs with Vercingetorix for an attack of 3 against everybody. And Precision Strike, we'll use this to pull you in first, and then we'll make that attack. 49, Turn Out the Lights with Boudica. We'll force an enemy within range 3 to perform attack 3 at range 3, targeting an enemy of your choice. The attacking enemy suffers damage equal to the damage suffered by the target. I like that one a lot. Let's see who's going to be attacking who. But maybe we'll have these attacking each other, and that might end them. And then 99 for Hannibal for the attack there. Okay, so it's all ranged attacks, so these aren't going to be too strong. We're going to be wounded again. Okay. But we are going to be able to go before them, which is pretty nice. Well, let's make this attack first. Good. Well, in that case, we will just move over and pick up that loot. I brought this, you know, if I pulled a minus whatever and it did not go through, then we at least have a way to stun afterwards. Always good to have a second plan. But in this case, we can move in and take some loot. That's not bad at all. So we will be skipping the movement, pull you in. That would be really great for a advantage, but I'll take this. A +2 would be good. A +1 here. Come on. He did it again. At least he pulled the ×2 to kill one of them, but you pain. What a pain. Where did that loot come from? Oh, he was pushed over the loot. That's right. Okay. Oh, and that's right. We'll be using this. We'll be getting rid of that poison, which is also going to give him a bless, which is pretty nice, actually. We'll also have you heal up a tad. And unfortunately, they're standing next to each other, but I'll have you... I guess it doesn't matter. It's an attack of 3 at disadvantage, so this probably isn't going to go over too well. But I want to do it regardless. Let's have you attack. It's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I mean, we have plenty of time here. We just have these two enemies. I'm not worried at all. There. That's why I'm not worried. Okay. We'll heal. I definitely want to keep this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So I definitely want to keep... Let's see here. Extra lift would be a good one to keep. I think care package is probably the one we don't need anymore. And it's turn round 12. So we're starting off with Vercingetorix at 16 swift strength to grab a shield and healing hands to just heal up a little bit more. Again, we're going to kind of keep them on the map while we try to pick up some more of this loot. I'm not gonna... Maybe I'll come and pick up one. I don't know if I'll be really... I'm not a very picky person, so... I did pick this clean, though, didn't I? Look at that. Huh. Yeah. So I'm not a very picky person. If I do end up picking it all up, that's great. But I tend to just like to end the scenario, too. So, Swift Strength, Healing Hands, 21 with Hannibal. Let's use the move 4 to run over here. But first, Power Pitch. An attack of 6 at range 3. We'll use this. That should be quite a bit of damage against that. 67 was just Lure of the Void. Maybe use that Disarm and Gift of the Void. And we'll see what we do with that. Then 77 Rubble and Wind Up. Wind Up, I wanted to use this so that maybe he's able to jump pretty far around here with something like a move 4. Double the value. Let's see what we can do, though. Okay. I'm not worried about the attacks anymore. We have plenty of health, and it's just 2 of them. And let's pick up that loot while we're over here. Sure. Skip and confirm. So we'll get an attack from you, but you'll probably be attacking her. We'll see. Alright. Not bad. Okay, I can walk around. I was gonna say, I hope I don't have to walk through that, but you'll be fine regardless. We'll use this and everything. Oh, I don't have the favorite. It's over there, of course. But we'll still go with this. There. Don't have to worry about you. Let's go pick this up. Confirm. Oh, yeah, I wondered... No, okay, yeah. Whether I confirm or not, if I skip this, then I'll still burn the card. So we'll confirm it. This will help me... Alright, this will help me maybe get down there a little bit faster. I don't think so, but... Yeah, not too bad. Now, I don't want to... Oh, yeah, see? I told you. Indignant. Totally don't care about those things. It's nice when it happens, but if it doesn't, then yeah, it just doesn't. I could put you into that trap, but I'm gonna go one more round. I'm just gonna use this bottom ability to heal myself. Sure. End your turn. And now we'll go... Oh, interesting. Let's use this. On my next move, so I can use this to get down here pretty quickly. I'll do that. I guess I could have ended my turn on that, but that's fine. Round 13. Now is probably the time. As I said, I'm not going to be very picky. He's going to go pick one of these up. You're going to pick this up maybe. And then we can pick this up with somebody. Let's go with like this and this, so you're at least disarmed again, but maybe we'll kill you. A short rest over here, that's fine. And anything really to get experience is my thought. We'll use that top ability, and then anything else, sure, that. As for you, we can make an attack or not. Let's use this bottom ability that we can burn, but we'll get some experience out of it. That's about it. We'll go late though. Short rest for you. Sure, burn that. A move. If I use rubble and then where is it? Oh, I lost it, didn't I? Yeah, it's right there. I thought maybe I could go here and then loot, but we'll still use these two because I can get experience from this. Maybe, I don't know. Let's test that out. And then I can get experience here, but is it in combination with just this attack? Can I just move and get it? Again, we'll test some of this out while we're sitting here. He's just gonna loot, is he? Let's make sure he doesn't do that. So we'll disarm you again. Okay, I guess he's gonna be looting. He's gonna be looting. Unless I can... No, I can't. Because it's just gonna go here if I go too far away, so... I'll just get close to him so that somebody else can at least pick up that loot. Okay, we'll use this to just go into here. Well, before we do that, let's make this attack. With the favorite, sure. Oh, yeah. I think Hatchet is going to be my favorite pretty quickly. Skip. Skip. Move. I think we have to do, like, at least half. Okay, there it is. Okay. And move to here. Skip. Okay. Oh, I see. It was... I was using all of the... How far did he get? I was using those 3 there. I'm pointing on the screen. You can't see me, but... I used those first 3 on extra lift. I was wondering how far he could get, but... That makes sense now. So we'll just jump over here. If I don't do anything, will I get the experience? I assume that goes with this only. So we'll skip this movement. Nope, I do get the experience. Strange. Then I'll use this to confirm that movement. Skip. And skip the attack. And I still get an experience for that too. Huh. That seems a bit strange, but okay. Now it's your turn. We'll go over here, pick this loot up, and then we'll use Master Influence. It's just going to give us a couple experience. We're not even going to use it though, because it is over. So Insomniac, suffer damage from an attack the same round you long rest. That never happened, huh? So we did pick up a couple perk points. That's good. The hatchet, obviously. I think this is something we're going to have to get used to pretty quickly here. The hatchet's going to be carrying us quite a bit. Demolitionist and Redguard actually did quite a bit of damage too, though. Void Warden not doing much when it comes to this kind of statistics. But she did do quite a bit. You know, Blessing, Healing, 11. So did the Redguard. But Blessing and what else was she doing? Poisoning, a lot of poisons, and she wasn't doing any damage herself, but she was making everybody else do damage. So that's good. That's good. Okay, back to the map.
you wipe the blood of the last vermling from your face, and your thoughts return to the sleeping lion. Surely they've got a stew ready by now. It would be so perfectly warm and soothing, and it's right through that gate, so close you can already taste it. But then, another thought comes. It is highly unusual, brazen really, for a pack of vermlings to operate this close to the city. Could they be behind the string of disappearances? It's a long shot, but one worth investigating, especially considering this ambush site doesn't look like the base of their operations. There is probably a nest nearby that, with any luck, will have more information on the missing blacksmith. And treasure. Treasure would be nice.
Treasure would be nice. I agree to that. For sure. Six experience each. Man, after playing on level 4 for so long, 6 experience. Ugh. But hey, we're all level 1. We'll get there. A hole in the wall. Okay. That is our next place to go. We've unlocked a city quest. Sure we did. And that'll do it. That will do it. We'll never go for these. I want to say that everything happens within Gloomhaven for the Jaws of the Lion. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're at least going to happen, if not in Gloomhaven, then very close to Gloomhaven. Per visit to Gloomhaven. City encounter. Huh. Because we never left Gloomhaven, we won't see any more city encounters? Is that going to be true? That seems strange, but okay. Alright, well, anyway, we will spend probably most of this money on more gear, and I'll do that between videos, and we can discuss what I've purchased before the start of next scenario. Great. Well, I hope you join me for the rest of this mini-series of Jaws of the Lion. I'm very much looking forward to it. Gloomhaven, as most of you know at this point, is one of my favorite games for the table, for board games. And I just love that it is now digital. And to now have more content is even better. Even better. So, with that, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please let me know by leaving a like or a comment. If you're new to this channel, and you've made it this far, then please consider subscribing for future content of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you next time.